Saturday Coffee Chat, Take 3, December 23rd, 2023. Hey, this is Jan. I'm from New York City. I truly love helping people keep some more of your own hard-earned money, including myself. Yes, Take 3. Hello. And we'll be back in a minute. Good morning. Good morning. As I said earlier, I'm Jan. I'm from New York City. I love helping you keep some more of your own hard-earned money. Today, I'm going to talk a little bit more instead about being patient. You know, it's one thing when you get the video right on take one, which is the goal. And I would say about 90% of the time, that is the case. Then it could be a print and then it could go out. But if I don't like something about that video, sorry, I have to press record again. Do it as a do-over again. And you know, all of that made me think of a word because my video was going to go in a completely different direction, but I'm going to continue my original direction of the video. However, I want to add one word to it: patience. Let's talk one brief minute about patience. Have you been impatient about anything? How does it feel when things do not go your way? How does it feel when you have to wait a little bit longer for something to happen? How does it feel when you don't have the answer to something and you really need that answer? Well, really wanted that answer and maybe needed it yesterday, but it feels like you're not going to get it till tomorrow. And we really want an answer, tomorrow seems like a million miles away. There are a lot of things in this life that requires patience. For example, if you're standing on a line in a crowded store and you keep looking at your phone to check the time, or if we wear a watch to check the time and you're like, I have other things to do besides standing here. And then someone else cuts in on the line. Hello. Talk about patience, to not being abrupt or, yelling at that person or whatever the case may be. There are many times we have to, as my mother used to say, Jan, sometimes we just have to grin and bear it. And when I was younger, I was like, I don't want to have to grin. I don't want to have to bear it. I'd rather be impatient. But does it get us anywhere? But it's going to happen because that is real life. Now, if you're making a video, anybody out there that's a video content creator can totally relate if you're viewing. Everything perfection plus. But then something happens or a word got out that you don't want it misinterpreted, or you just fumble through, you sound like silly. You don't want that to come across. You know what I'm trying to say? I know that you know what I'm trying to say. And of course, there goes the bird clock. Now, should I be impatient about that? No. I also, every time I do an on-camera recording, I make sure I keep my phone right in front of me because inevitably it's going to ring. And inevitably, I may have to say, sorry, can't speak right now. But if I leave it on its cradle or on its base and it keeps ringing and ringing and ringing in the background for you to hear, that's not good. At least this way, I can just say, I'll call you back. So there are ways that we can cope with things that will test our patience. Trust you, me, things in life are going to test our patience. Okay? All right. Now, the direction that I was going to go with in this specific video, okay? I had a poll the other day, which was so very, very helpful. And oh my goodness gracious, the comments were so kind, so sweet. I just wanted to know, basically, like, how are you doing if I, let's say, continue my upload schedule the way it is currently at the present time, or suppose I cut back, or suppose I cut it down to twice a week, okay? Because there are some wonderful, absolutely amazing channels that are your favorites, because they let us know the other channels that you guys like. And they're kind of my favorites too. So we're in the same orbit. They don't produce 48 videos a month like this channel does. So somebody around here is doing something excessively, and that's me producing too many videos per month, in my opinion. So the other channels got it right. This channel means well, but maybe there's just too much content for the viewer to keep up with and for this content creator to constantly produce. So where am I going with this? I'm going to conduct an experiment. I'm not going to say when. There'll be subtle changes on the channel. I can't say when because it's an experiment and I want to see something. I definitely want to see something. So, furthermore, in life, change is a really good thing at times. And I can't think of a better time of the year to consider changes. January. Like I always say, January still comes, right? Are you going to make any changes coming in January? Um, I don't like to use the word resolution. That's just way too strict. Resolution offers no wiggle room. And how many times have people sworn on December 31st, 1 minute before midnight, I'm going to do XYZ. 2 weeks into the new year, if they're that lucky, XYZ didn't happen at all, or it did happen for a little while and it went away. So to me, the resolution thing is just way, way too much. Now, brings me back to my original word. What word? Patience. This channel has been providing messages for over 5 years. Okay. I was really hoping to hit a specific goal. Some of you figured out or realized what that goal is. Would have been nice to have hit that goal. But that goal wasn't hit. So I said, well, somewhere I have to make a change. That's not the viewer's fault. It's not my fault. It's just to see, okay? You have to make changes. You, instead of whining, crying, and complaining, to complain is to remain, to not try something new, to not think outside of the box once in a while. So I noticed certain subtle things, and I said, you know what, Jen? Give it a whirl and see if that makes any difference in terms of your specific goal hitting. Okay. So this is just something I just, wanted to mention. And we could bring it back to us when it does come to saving money, when it does come to reinventing a meal, creating a do-over meal. Okay. Some people go, they whine, cry, and complain again. I don't like leftovers. I consider leftover food a gift. I have the gift of not having to purchase again the same foods. I have the gift of food that was cooked that I could turn into a completely different meal. I have the gift of keeping some more money as a result of being able to continue to live off of the original meal, the grandparent meal. Now, some people just, that word does sound like scrappy, and just change the word around. Do over, whatever word you like to come up with, new creation, whatever word it takes. And I'm telling you, our mindset is so important. If I didn't exercise the word patience with this certain goal that I really, really, really want to hit because I work hard for certain things, you have to have patience. You cannot be an impatient person and want everything done yesterday. I believe, now this is getting back to my personal faith. And by the way, I have a hat that matches it because it's the truth. Okay, I'm going to put it on Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. Because I believe and because I have faith, I will and have the capability of dredging up that patience. You see, we actually have these gifts inside of us. A lot of things are there for the taking. We just have to take it. Consider it, those gifts, as if a well. And when you need to dredge up some of that patience, think of an imaginary well that you're pulling that patience up. Okay? Or that hope. And honestly, this year, around us with certain things, without being item specific, it's not odd that many people feel a lack of hope. It's not even reminded of by people who, in my opinion, should be offering hope. You hardly ever, I shouldn't say never, we hardly ever hear this word hope. And that's why a lot of people don't feel it. They don't feel it. They may hear a lot of words, but they don't feel a lot of things. Oh, yeah, all's great and dandy with the pricing. Really? Not even getting into that one. That's its own show. And don't get me started on how I really feel. Because believe you me, I'm not a happy camper. But I live with hope. Hopefully, a lot of these experiences have made us think better and harder. We can make the change. We have to want to. We can get hope. We have to dredge it from the well. We can be patient. We're not going to be perfect. Only one is perfect. If we want to, we could be patient or more patient. We could at the very, very least, try. And I know this is a deep dive into a deep subject, but this is the weekend of true hope and all the gifts that I mentioned before. We want to hit goals, keep going, don't give up. I'm not going to give up. I am not going to give up in my pursuit to hit a specific goal. I'm going to do my very best. And maybe 12 months from now, when I talk to you again near Christmas time, with the help of Jesus, I take nothing for granted. I will be saying something different. All right, everyone, thank you so much for being here. But it really is important, very important, that you do the following. And during this hectic time, take a minute to reflect. Have an amazing, fantastic day. Do come back for the Sunday chat. See you then.